Have you ever had a time period in your life where you literally feel that you can't do anything? You have an 1,000-word essay due the next day, and yet you lay in bed scrolling away on TikTok. Your exams are fast approaching, but the hardest thing to do right now is to get to your desk and start some work. Don't worry guys, I felt exactly the same way, and let me tell you, it is one of the worst feelings. As someone who always prided myself on getting the top grades, being the top of the class, passing all my exams, I went through one of the biggest burnouts ever. Like, I'm telling you, big. Like, I was struggling and I really wanted to give up, but I didn't, and I got out of one of the biggest ruts of my life, and here's how you can too. So guys, this video is going to be really in-depth, it's going to be really helpful. So before we get into it, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and also get yourself a cup of tea, get yourself a cup of coffee, anything, and let's get into it, because this video is going to make all the difference. So now let's get straight into it, because I really don't want to waste any time. I know you're already feeling like, ugh, but I just want to congratulate you on taking the step to watch this video. And I'm about to say one of the most controversial things. A lot of you guys are going to be like really, Shola? Like, come on. But the most productive thing you can do right now is to rest. And you're going to be like, Shola, I've been resting for the whole day, I've been in bed all day, I've been scrolling away, I've had enough rest, I have so much to do. Guys, you need to rest, and let me tell you why. You might deny this, but all this time you have not been resting. Scrolling on TikTok, being in bed and being so harsh on yourself, being so disappointed in all the things you didn't do, that is not resting. Now let's actually look at the definition of what it means to rest. And you guys are gonna be like, Shola, you're wasting time. Like, I already know what it means to rest. Everyone knows what it means to rest, but let's actually read it. Rest is defined as a verb which means to cease in movement or work in order to relax, sleep, or recover strength. And that, my friend, is exactly why mindless scrolling, laying in bed and beating yourself up is not rest. You are actually distracting yourself. You are actually delaying yourself from the rest that your body needs and wants. If that was rest, you would not be feeling the way you are right now. Think about it. So we all love a good junk food order, a good takeaway. Like me and Wingstop, we're like this. But be for real, after you have it, do you feel good? Do you feel refreshed? Do you feel ready to take on the day? You feel lazy, you feel tired, you feel sluggish, you don't really want to do anything. The greasy food, the taste, the salt, the everything, the sauces, it is amazing whilst you're having it, but afterwards that feeling only lasts so long. As soon as you finish it, you get something called post takeout clarity, and you start to think, should I really have ordered that? Was that really worth it? And that is exactly what TikTok does to you. That's exactly what all these social media pages do to you, because you are scrolling. And whilst you're scrolling, it's good, it's funny, you're laughing, you're joyful. As soon as you turn off that phone, as soon as your phone dies and you look outside and it's dark and you've been in your bed since morning, you do not feel good. You feel exactly the same way. And these are one of the biggest things which are hindering you from achieving your dream life. It's yourself. It's self-sabotage. Now, I'm not making social media the enemy. I work on social media. I have social media, and I'm not gonna lie, I do mindlessly scroll sometimes. One of the biggest steps to take in getting out of this rut is to realize that you are addicted to your phone. You're addicted to cheap dopamine. You're addicted to beating yourself up, and this is honestly not gonna help. And if you don't make any change to it, you're not gonna get out of this rut. It's gonna be really hard for you. You've basically been neglecting yourself for months, if not years, and you're not listening to your body's needs, which is to just take a break from everything. Your brain is so tired that all it can do is chase cheap dopamine. You can't study for long, you're not focusing, you feel tired all the time because your brain is just so tired. And instead of you to just listen to that, you are flooding yourself with cheap dopamine, with TikTok, with all this junk food, and you see that you're not getting any better. Is this the kind of life that you want to live? If you keep doing this for 20 years, do you think that is your dream life? Do you think that you're going to be happy, you're going to be satisfied with the way you are? And if the answer is no, then you're in the perfect place. Here's how you can transform your life and get out of this rut. So this is one of the simplest things that got me out of this pit, this time where I was feeling bad for myself. The biggest and the simplest thing is to just, you guys are going to be surprised when I hear it, just take a shower. Just take a shower. And I know you guys are going to think, oh, I'm so tired, like it's not going to change anything, like I've slept for the whole day, the day's gone. Take a shower. I don't care if it's 6 p.m, I don't care if it's 10 a.m, take a shower. This will cleanse you from the inside out. Like, honestly, the physical act of scrubbing away, of cleaning your body of impurities, dirt, like sweat, and you're changing your clothes into something new, that makes you feel a whole lot better. And the mental side of it, the cleansing of the negative emotions, the feelings, the stress that you've been feeling for the whole day, you honestly feel so much better after you have a shower. Plus, you also have to be away from your phone, which kind of gets you out of this scrolling montage and gets you ready for the day, no matter what time it is. And this is something that I really wish someone had told me when I was going through this, but talk to someone. And this sounds really cheesy. Even me, I don't really like talking to people about my emotions. I don't really like saying that I'm struggling, especially when I big myself up as this study YouTuber, this girl who gets good grades. I feel so bad when I'm actually like not into it, when I'm in burnout, when I'm in a rut, and I shouldn't feel that way. And one thing that's really helped me is talking to someone.
This brings me to today's paid partner, which is BetterHelp.
If you haven't heard of BetterHelp, it's basically a platform which connects you to a credentialed therapist who is trained to listen and to provide helpful, unbiased advice. Starting therapy can be tough, but BetterHelp makes it so much easier. With BetterHelp, you can have your therapy sessions over the phone, you can have a video call, and you can even have a text message, whatever's the most comfortable for you. To get started, you just have to fill out a quick questionnaire to talk about your specific needs, and then in most cases, you'll be matched with a therapist within 48 hours. If the first match doesn't feel right, which is totally normal, especially when you're going through therapy, you can actually switch to a new therapist with no added cost. Having someone who's not biased, who's not connected to any family or friends in any way, to give you advice can honestly help. Even having someone to listen and validate your feelings can be all the difference in getting out of this rut. So be sure to check out BetterHelp today using the link in my description and start your journey now. My next advice, which a lot of you guys are going to give me weird looks for, is don't eat the frog. If you haven't been on Productivity YouTube, you must be thinking this girl has lost the plot, she's not normal. But a lot of people tend to say that you should eat the frog, and this basically means you should start off with the hardest task on your to-do list for the day, because by the time you do that, everything else is so much easier. You're more likely to get through everything. But I personally don't really believe in this, especially when you're going through a rut. The last thing that you want to do is to do the hardest thing that you've been procrastinating for weeks, if not months. If you are in true burnout, the simplest of tasks are already hard for you. Getting out of bed is hard, going to shower is hard, going to school is hard, and then doing work is hard. So why not start off with something that is easiest to motivate you to do more? So once you've had your shower, you feel fresh, you feel better, it's time to implement the 5-minute rule. So whatever you want to do, whatever's your easiest task, say that you're only going to do it for 5 minutes. And 5 minutes is honestly not that long. 5 minutes is like the time that it takes you to wash a few dishes, the time it takes you to go to the toilet and come back, the time it gets, like, honestly, 5 minutes is nothing. You do these 5 minutes and then you're done for the day. You can do whatever you want for the rest of the day. If you want to watch TV for the rest of the day, you can do that. But then once you actually get into these 5 minutes, you'll realize that that 5 minutes was barely anything. You're already into the zone and you might as well continue for more. So then that motivates you to do 10 minutes, to do 20 minutes, to do 30, to even do an hour. And by implementing this 5-minute rule, you're basically getting past the initial resistance that it takes you to start a task. Once you do that task, you'll feel so much better that you at least got that out of the way, and you'll feel more motivated to do another task. And even if you didn't, having that achievement is so much better than not doing anything for the whole day. And if you implement this throughout your life, you'll find that you start to do more and things seem easier for you. And then eventually you'll realize it's not the task that is hard for you, it's the initial resistance of starting. And how can we reduce this resistance? So I'm going to introduce you to something called the path of least resistance. This is actually from the book Atomic Habits, and if you haven't checked it out, be sure to check it out. Like, it honestly gives the most life-changing advice that you can implement into your daily life. If you want to be someone who goes to the gym, set out your gym clothes and your gym bag the day before. If you want to be someone who's positive, surround yourself with positive people. This is basically saying whatever you want to do, you have to make it the most easiest thing for you to do. So doing anything else is much harder. If you are stressed and you're studying for a big exam and you're just so overwhelmed, you don't know where to start, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fail, stop. Take the smallest step that you can take towards passing that exam. If that's doing a tiny topic, if that's watching one video, if that's answering one page of questions, that is so much easier than thinking that you have to complete the whole specification in one day, thinking that you have to read every single thing on the internet. Take little steps and you'll see all the difference. You can either sit there and be stressed out, be paralyzed by the stress, or you can start. Even the smallest task, you might think it might not make the difference, it makes all the difference. And you doing that small task consistently will honestly help you to pass your exam. Anything that you do, you'll be a lot more successful in it if you make it the easiest thing possible. That means that it takes the least amount of effort for you to do it. So another tip is to reframe what you think productivity is. So as someone who is known as a study YouTuber, who's known as someone who got all grade 9s, got all A stars, I honestly used to pride myself on having a productive day, and when I didn't, I would be so angry at myself. I would be like, oh my gosh, Shoda, you're so lazy. Oh my gosh, you need to do it. Oh my gosh, why didn't you do anything? Oh my gosh, why do you spend so much time scrolling? But did that help me in any way? If anything, it just led me towards my burnout. I used to think the only time I was successful in a day is if I did like 8+ hours of revision, if I completed every single thing on my to-do list. And little to say, that is what led me to the biggest burnout season of my life, which by the way took me months to get out of. You are the only person who can control the way you speak to yourself, so you should speak the nicest words to yourself. Getting out of bed is productive. Going to brush your teeth is productive. Going to eat food that you cooked is productive. Looking after yourself is productive. And if you do those things, you are more likely to do other things like study, like go to the gym, like all of these things that you've been wanting to do. You just have to start with a bare minimum. When you push yourself beyond your limit, you're only going to fail in the end. When you stretch a rubber band, it's only going to break eventually. That is the exact same way you should see yourself. You can't be pushing yourself every single day for years, and and think that you're not gonna get the burnout, you're immune. I thought I was immune. I'm not immune. You need to look after yourself, and you need to stop being harsh on yourself. If no one tells you this, I'm gonna tell you. I am very proud of you. I'm proud of you for watching this video. I'm proud of you for taking the first step to getting out of this rut, and even admitting that you're burnt out is an amazing thing, and for that I am so proud of you. You should feed yourself with these positive affirmations, these positive thoughts, because you are doing good. Like, you are doing a lot better than you were like a few minutes ago before you watched this video, and you'll continue to do amazing if you just believe in yourself. So we're coming to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe. As well as this, be sure to check out BetterHelp if you're feeling interested in it. It might be the push you need to becoming a better you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.